I don't think any of us saw this coming. The Spurs are down 2-1 to the Dallas Mavericks, and the Thunder and Pacers had to fight just to tie the series at 2 against the Grizzlies and Hawks, respectively. And Danny, we knew these playoffs are going to be wild, but did we expect them to be this wild?
This is absolutely bananas. The start of playoffs has been bananas. I cannot believe that all the home teams are losing, and all the top-seeded teams are sometimes almost back against the wall to these kind of low-level teams.
And we really didn't expect it from the Spurs.
Oh, the Spurs. I mean, come on. I mean, they were the number one. They went into the playoffs with this huge winning streak, and now that last-second three from Vince Carter yesterday, their back is kind of against the wall.
We're looking at this right now. We're looking at all these top-seeded teams who are down, even though they started their series at home.
It's crazy. Oklahoma City has a little bit reason to worry. Last night, about maybe a minute left, they were down by 5. Luckily, they were able to come back. Not because of Kevin Durant, not because of Russell Westbrook. Both of them couldn't buy a bucket last night.
Which is very rare.
Yeah, Durant was 0 for 6, and Westbrook was 3 of 10 in the fourth. So it was this guy, Reggie Jackson, that actually bailed them out, 32 points. This is after in the previous game, he only scored 2 points. So really, they have to get their act together and quick.
And we already talked about San Antonio also struggling. They're actually still down.
They are still down. They're down 1-2 in the series. Ouch. Vince Carter, big shot yesterday. The game before, actually, messy, turnovers. They're not playing the way they usually did. They always actually play really well against Memphis.
And it's rare for them because they're also usually very good in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, come on. The last 15 years, they've been unstoppable. And they're playing not like a top-seeded team, so it remains to be seen if they'll get their act together in time.
And the other top-seeded team, Indiana, also tied at 2, which is a miracle for them. They shouldn't be tied at 2.
Indiana continues to astound us. We talked late last night. We were both tuning in to the Indiana game. We thought for sure Indiana was going to lose. Somehow they pulled it out.
It didn't look pretty for them towards the end.
Heroics by Paul George, even though he missed 2 free throws at the end of the game that could have cost him the victory. But in the end, they got through, and hopefully they can get their act together. It remains to be seen.
And very quickly, the only top-seeded team who's actually still doing well, and we shouldn't be surprised about this, the Miami Heat.
The Miami Heat continue to do what they do in playoffs, and unfortunately that's win. Pretty commanding win as of that yesterday, 3-0 in the series. They're going to do what they continue to do, and the other teams are going to continue to beat each other up to get to the next round.
Well, Danny, thank you. And the Clippers still hold a 2-1 lead over the Golden State Warriors, but when the series returns to LA, the team may lack fan support after their owner Donald Sterling was caught on tape making extremely racist remarks while talking to his girlfriend, saying, quote, "It bothers me a lot when you want to broadcast that you're associating with black people," and, quote, "not to bring them to any of my games." And Danny and Jonathan, the NBA is investigating this incident, but what can they actually do about this?
I don't think they can do much, and plus, remember, this is Donald Sterling. This is not the first or the second or the third time that he's been associated with such remarks. And yet, black players and a black coach now are part of the LA Clippers, and of course that's just like any other team. If Donald Sterling was really a problematic figure, then none of those players, maybe Doc Rivers either, shouldn't have come to the team. He comes. I don't think the NBA can do much. The fans, that's something else. They can make a stand. They say, we don't want to come to be support of a team with an owner who speaks like this. Yet again, for them as well, they support the Clippers. They support this general manager who's been saying this for ages.
And Danny, there are actually fans who are calling for him to step down, that the team be taken away from him. But obviously, this isn't something that they can do.
Yeah, I don't think they could go that far, but it's really sad because we wouldn't want the team to suffer. They've worked so hard to get to this point, and we would want the fans to suffer too because they've been supporting this team. We would love to get this guy out. The things he said, it was a 9-minute recording. It was pretty bad.
And that's a whole nother story. As Jonathan already mentioned, some people have called on both the team and the fans to boycott these games. Is there a chance that tonight, when they meet the Golden State Warriors, there are no players on that floor for the Clippers?
Doubtful. Maybe it should. Maybe that's the proper response. Maybe that is what.
Is that a wake-up call for him, or is there no such thing as a wake-up call for him at this time?
Perhaps. I think it should. Yet on the other side, you're going to say the LA Clippers. For years they were the weaker team in LA. Finally, they're the strong team. They're doing good. They can make a long way to the playoffs.
Can you even see the fans boycotting it when they're finally maybe in a
They're a strong fan base. They're a very strong fan base. So the thing is, gosh, they're so excited to be there and to get playoff tickets and to be going to these games for only to be canceled. It would be really sad for them.
Yeah, and again, they know who this guy is. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's no surprise.
Well, Danny and Jonathan, thank you very much. And that's all for us for today. For all the latest sports news, you can find us online, i24news.tv, our Facebook page, our Twitter page, and you can tweet at us at i24News Sports. We'd love to hear from you on there. From all of us here on Sports Weekend, I'm Mirav Savir. Thank you for watching, and be sure to join us again right here next Sunday.